So students, as we are talking about the various case studies, the one of the very, as I've told you also in my previous lectures about this campaign, and told that this is a particular campaign that really make a very good impact and a very good initiative in India. And by this measure, the efforts that have been taken in this measure really make it a very successful campaign. This is the plastic waste reduction campaign of India. The Indians plastic waste reduction campaign, because plastic have become a very great problem for all over the world, for all over the country. And it becomes very important that if we want to reduce the pollution and if we want to reduce the waste, this plastic should be reduced. So this campaign have been formulated by India and have been formulated and have been implemented by a full support and full energy, and it really get its success, not at the level of 100%, but it gets a success and in some of the areas it is really very successful and help in reducing the pollution. This India's plastic waste campaign is a comprehensive initiative by the Indian government to tackle the pervasive issue of plastic pollution. This campaign focuses on regulatory measures, public awareness, and community participation to achieve its ambitious goal of eliminated single-use plastics by 2022. Understanding students, this plastic waste reduction campaign, it is a comprehensive initiative. It is called as a comprehensive initiative because several efforts have been taken for it. Not one strategy have been implemented for that. Measures from the various criteria, from the various aspects have been taken and it have been implemented. So Indian Plastic Waste Reduction Campaign is a comprehensive initiative that is taken by the Indian government for tackling the pervasive issue of plastic pollution. This campaign focuses on regulatory measures, public awareness, and community participation to achieve its ambitious goal of eliminating single-use plastic by 2022. The basically objective of this campaign is to eliminate single-use plastic by 2022. What is the basically objective, students? It is to eliminate single-use plastic by 2022. To promote sustainable and eco-friendly alternatives to plastic products. What is the second objective, student? It is to promote sustainable. Keep in mind that is sustainable and eco-friendly alternatives to plastic products. Enhance the plastic waste management and recycling infrastructure. Now it's in your mind, you are remembering that whatever you have listened about in the past years about this plastic usage, that is a part of the campaign only that have been done to create an awareness, to reduce it, to raise the public awareness about the environmental impact. And I know if you remember, you just getting into your mind that, yes, this all thing happens and we are the part of that. All have been things have been heard by us. And this topic will easily get into your mind when you link these things with the practical thing that you have faced. So this was the objective, to raise the public awareness about the environmental impact of plastic pollution, to enhance the plastic waste management and recycling infrastructure, to promote sustainable and eco-friendly alternatives to plastic products. Now, these are the various key components that have been taken for this particular measure. Bans and restrictions. What the government have done. The government has implemented bans on the manufacturing of, sale, and use of single-use plastic products such as plastic bags, cutleries, straw, and certain types of packing. These bans vary by state. Like in some states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, they have taken early and very stringent actions. If everybody have gone to the Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu in recent years, there they have used the they have closed the use of plastic to the 100%. They give you the certain material if you buy from there. They give you in the paper bag or they give you in the particular in your hands only. They don't provide any type of plastic product in your hands. I've gone to the Jagannath Puri in the last year, and there I have seen that all the particular persons who are selling their products, they are not giving any type of plastic at any place. So, in some of the states, these actions have been taken very strictly, and they have totally banned on everything. And yes, there, if you go there, you can see the results that because they want to their environment to be totally protected. So what the bans have been done by the government? Government has implemented various bans on the manufacture side, use of single-use plastic products, and like every type of product that has used plastic has been banned. What has been done under extended producer responsibility? Under EPR, producers, importers, and brand owners are responsible if they are responsible for the collection and processing of plastic waste generated from their products. Means under producer responsibilities, all the producers, all the importers, and the brand owners, they have been kept responsible for what? For collecting all the plastic waste and processing all the plastic waste which their products are generating. This policy is the aim of this policy is that companies can take the responsibility and the accountability for the entire life cycle of their product so that their plastic waste will not come in the market or will come under the other person, because as more and more person get involved, this things can't be controlled. And if the producer is only responsible for its waste and for the recycling of its waste, then it will feel accountable for that and will have more control over the plastic products. What government do another side? It kept on doing strict penalties and fines have been imposed for the violation of plastic bans. Local authorities and pollution control boards have been empowered so that these regulations can be enforced and they can do inspections again and again. What government? See what they have done? Strict penalties are there. You have listened also about the penalties. Strictly fines are there for the person who will violate that plastic ban. Local authorities, pollution control boards have been empowered so that these regulations can be enforced and inspections can be conducted. What government have done, students, for public awareness campaign? First campaign that have been done by the government, that is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. You have heard about that? I think you have heard about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. You know, this Abhiyan is so much popular with you. Leveraging the popularity of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the campaign, what the campaign do? Because this particular Abhiyan is already very much popular among the peoples, among the individuals who are residing in India. So this plastic waste management campaign also integrated with it, so that it can get the broader framework of cleanliness and sanitation. See, students, what the government had done. And you even not realize it. The popularity of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is already very much with the individuals of India. So this campaign integrated with this so that the broader framework of cleanliness and sanitation can be included with it. Educational programs have been done. Schools and universities who are engaged in educating the students about the harmful effects of plastic pollution and promoting sustainable practices. Many schools and universities have been directed, they have been monitored, they have been motivated so they can educate their students about the various harmful effects that plastic can create, about the pollution that have been created by plastic. So students can be educated, they will take initiative about for stopping plastic, and the sustainable practices can be promoted. Media campaigns have been done, extensive use of television have been taken, radio, social media, print media, so that the awareness about the need to reduce plastic use can be created and every person can adopt eco-friendly alternatives. So student, as we have discussed in our last lecture about the various uh, pollutions control measures can be taken or the pollutions environmental awareness measures can be taken, you can see when we are talking about this plastic awareness that all the measures have been implemented for the one of the policy from the various aspects from the all the directions it has been taken. Now, what are the various communities who are involved in this plastic control? Community-led cleanup drives are organized regularly so that plastic waste can be removed from public spaces, from the rivers, from the coastal areas. These drives are not only the officials, but from the various sectors, from the students also, NGOs also, corporate employees also, volunteers have been motivated, have been initiative, are motivated to be initiated to be the part of this drive. NGOs go into various institutes, motivate the students to be the part of this particular uh, initiative for the part of this cleanup drive so that more and more persons can be included and more persons can be motivated to do this. If we talk about this Moradabad city, we have an NGO that is Parivartan who always motivated students and include various individuals from the various sectors. It can be from the corporate employees and everywhere so that they can come up for the cleanup drive. So there were so much NGOs like Parivartan all over the part of the India, all the part of the cities who take this initiative and they come forward for this particular cleanup drive. Next, waste segregation at source. Efforts are made to educate households and businesses on the importance of segregating waste at the source to facilitate better recycling and management. What are the efforts have been made? Efforts are made so that households can be educated, businesses can be educated. Educating on what part? On the part that if they segregate the waste, that how can they segregate the waste, green waste and red waste, Gila Kuda, Sukha Kuda. By this name, it has been uh, campaigned in India. At the source, that this can be better facilitated, better recycled, and better can be managed. So, remember students, this have been created. Yes, you are all the examples of, or you can have the examples so that it can be proved that yes, this all have been done, that this teaching that I am doing, creating among you is all correct. There is nothing that is written or taught by you is incorrect, right students? That all have been done with you all. Local innovations have been encouraged so that alternatives can be created to the plastic products. For example, cloth bags, jute packing, biodegradable cutlery means all the persons or the local persons have been encouraged innovate to do the innovative to produce more and more of paper products, more and more of cloth bags, more of jute packaging, biodegradable cutlery, so that this plastic can be changed, plastic can be replaced by an alternative and more manufactured products can be there in the market. In case of infrastructure development, recycling facilities have been expanded. You can see at the many of the places, several numbers are there. They were written as, give your plastic waste to us, we will here for the recycling. Or in your students also, students get the education in the schools that how they can recycle their plastic waste, how they can use it, where we have to throw the products so that it can be recycled. So expanding and upgrading plastic recycling facilities so that increased volume of segregated plastic waste can be handled. This includes establishment of material recovery facilities and plastic waste collection centers. Right, student? You all are aware about this? More material recovery facilities have been established. More plastic waste collection centers have been created so that this plastic recycling facilities can be done. It can be upgraded, it can be expanded, and more volume of this segregated plastic waste can be handled. Collaboration with the private sector have been done so that plastic waste management can be developed, can be implemented, and more recycling technologies can be implemented. As students, government can't do things alone because for everything it requires the investment. To involve the private sector, the only motive of government is this, that as the private particular individuals have the amount, also have particular have the money also. So by involving the private sector into it, it becomes easy for the government to have the fund to have the implementation of the policy, as government on its level can do the things, but private individuals, as more and more individuals get involved in the particular projects, particular society, and if the more society individuals get involved, the campaign can become successful and it becomes easy for the government to implement these practices. Like to strengthen the capacity of urban local bodies capacity have been strengthened so that they can manage the plastic waste efficiently. Better infrastructure is provided to them, training provided to them, resources provided to them, so that they can have the more power, so that they can manage the public waste in an efficient and in a very good manner, and enough efforts can be taken to encourage it. Students, really, you all are the example of it. You all know that this all efforts have been taken. You are well aware about this all. And still, if you are not aware about this, you can check out the newspapers of previous about the, say, you can check out newspapers daily, you can check out the magazines, you can check out the sites, you can check it on the Google, YouTube. Yes, this all things have been happened. And you can see that this all things are happened also, and this all things are making a great impact on the particular in the mind of the human being. And in some of the states, this has been done at a very great level. So this capacity have been strengthened, efforts have been taken so that this campaign can become successful. What are the various outcomes? Outcomes are for this particular that significant reduction in the usage of single-use plastics has been done significant reduction in the usage of single-use plastic in major cities. You can find out with noticeable improvements in urban cleanliness. You can see this. You have been see this. A significant reduction have been done in the usage of single-use plastic in major cities, and you can see major noticeable improvements in urban cleanliness. Markets have been grown for sustainable alternatives such as cloth bags, jute products, biodegradable packaging materials, This you all can see that market have been grown. You have seen in your near about areas. As I've told you, I've gone to Tamil Nadu in my previous year. There I find out only jute products and cloth bags only. No plastic products are there for the packing or for taking the delivery of your products. If you go into any government and any camping, there they will not provide you any type of plastic. So these have been initiative. You can see all that outcomes. Enhanced efficiency have been enhanced in plastic waste collection, right? Segregation have been done. Products have been recycled, which have been lead to less plastic, ending up in landfills and natural environment. You can see that there was a cleanliness, still more cleanliness uh, near about the rivers and the river water. Several efforts have been taken for it, and campaign are to the must success for this. These all outcomes you can see in your near about area, at your near about persons, places, and you all are the example of this. This I don't have to prove. This all have been done, this all have been seen, and this can be proved by lots of individuals and lots of the person who are residing in the cities. Yes, like all of the campaigns, there were the various challenges that had been faced by this particular camping also. Camp challenges are these are ensuring compliance with bans and regulation. Yes, with bans and regulations to ensure that this all will be implemented with full compliance is a very great challenge for the government, and particularly with the rural areas among the small scale vendors. This is remain a challenge till now. Till now, the vendors who are working at the very small scale, they are still using the plastic. They are not, they are again and again, are saying that there is no alternative for it, or they have not, their alternative to implement for them is really very unsure. So it's really a challenge that now only some of the, if I have to talk about the Muradabad, some of the vegetable person who are was selling the vegetables and fruit, they were still providing the polythene bags. They were giving the plastics so that they can deliver their products. So it's a really a challenge, but it has been implemented on a large scale. But at some of the part, it's a challenge. It is doing, but government is taking measures so it can be overcome. Economic impact, addressing the economic impact on industries and worker dependent on plastic manufacturing, and providing support for transitioning to sustainable alternatives. Yes, the companies who are only dependent on plastic manufacturing, to explain them that how it is impacting the environment and how they can be transit themselves to the sustainable alternatives, and how to provide them the support, to give them the proper guidance, to give them the proper measures so that they can transit, they can change themselves to the sustainable alternative, is also the very great challenge for the government, because the companies who are producing that will get to an end. So it will have a great impact on the what, on the workers, on the employment, on the particular individuals. So to overcome all that challenges, it is a great challenge for the government. Yes, students, yes, it has been done, it has been created so that less loss will be done for that manufacturing companies. To scale up the infrastructure so that effective waste segregation can be done. If you have seen one advertisement in which one of the there was a child advertisement done on the TV, in which that the child is with dustbin, and one his grandmother asks about that why you are in the dustbin. So that a child says that if my mother and father still do this type of waste, they didn't segregate the waste, then one thing will come when my future is going into the dustbin, and so I am start having a habit of living in the dustbin to explain its parents, to explain the society. So this effort, this advertisement is by the private sector, by the government to explain the public. So see, this type of initiatives have been taken, this type of advertisement have been done, so that emotionally, uh, at the at any ground, person will understand it, and person start having the effective waste segregation. Infrastructure can be scaled, it can be waste segregation collected, things can be recycled, so that the greater volume of the plastic waste can be recycled, can be grown to have to remove that the gap of the infrastructure. As I've told you, widespread behavioral change have been done among the public so that they can adopt the sustainable practices, can reduce the plastic waste that requires continuous effort and education. As I've explained to you about the advertisement that have been done by that particular small child, and that small child do this type of effort just to this advertisement had been done so that emotionally persons get the message that he have to segregate the waste, and if they didn't segregate the waste, that particular advertisement, hopefully when I've seen that particular advertisement, that makes a very great impact on my behavior. So I think mostly students, mostly public, mostly individuals who have seen, who have gone through that advertisement, surely get a very good behavioral impact on his behavior. And they have surely implemented that policy. And they have tried so that they can adopt the particular sustainable practices and can reduce the plastic use, because the reduce the plastic reuse requires a continuous effort and a continuous education, because if government gets slowed down its process, persons start doing again and again that plastic use. Government say dispose of the water bottles after using. Many of the persons have started, but still some of the person you use it again. Students, if you are doing this, stop doing from now. Just dispose it. Dispose all types of bottles if you are using. Use only good plastic products that didn't create the pollution. That is on the scale of the government, that has been properly tested. That is produced by the good companies. Stop using the low plastic. If you are still using, if you're finding out anybody producing it, report it to the government. Encourage and educate that person so that he will not do this type of practices. What are the various success stories of initiative? Some Indian states have successfully used recycled plastic waste in roads construction, providing the durable and cost-effective solution to plastic waste. C. This plastic waste can be recycled into what? Into the road construction. And some Indian states have been provide a very durable and cost-effective solution to plastic waste. Innovative programs where citizens can exchange collected plastic waste for rewards, promoting active community participation in waste management. What various innovative programs have been done where citizens can exchange their collective plastic waste from rewards, means they get the rewards if they exchange their plastic waste. Active communities have been promoted so that they can take more and more participation in the waste management. Many Indian companies have adopted plastic-free policies, reducing their plastic waste in packaging, and sustainable alternatives have been promoted. So, Indian companies have, yes, many of the Indian companies, many of the MNCs have been adopted these plastic-free policies. They have reduced the plastic waste in their packaging, and they have promoted the sustainable alternatives. What are the future directions for this policy? Yes, plastic waste management have been strengthened. This have been harmonized. the various policies across all states so that consistent and effective implementations can be ensured. Plastic waste management policies have been given the more strength and more energy, more it has been implemented at a large scale. Implement continuous education has been provided, continuous efforts have been done so that effective implementation can be there, and this effective implementation can be consistent. You can see near around the two type of waste boxes are there, green and red, and continuous education there by the symbol also, by the TV, by the advertisement, by the media, by the motivations, by the education, by the advertisements of the of the rural areas, and all types of advertisements are there so that the every part, every person who are living in any part, any sector, any scale can be motivated, can be educated by the sign language, by the any language he understanding, it can be educated. So this is doing, and future directions are also there that this policy will be implemented and will be motivated and will be strengthened more and more so that it can be reduced. Investing in research and development for a new technology. Yes, so that plastic waste recycling can be enhanced and sustainable alternatives can be created. More and more efforts can be done to invest for new technologies. Plastic waste recycle can be enhanced and sustainable alternatives can be created. These are the future directions that are taken by the government so that this policy can be more strengthened. At the level of the global collaboration with international organizations and countries is directed, has been promoted, initiative have been taken for that, so that best practices can be shared, they can be taken out from the other countries also, from the other international organizations also. More and more policies can be shared, more and more technologies can be taken, more and more strategies can be done so to have the proper plastic pollution. So collaborating with international organizations and countries to share best practices, technologies and strategies so that plastic pollution, to promote this plastic pollution. Students, for this policy, for this particular plastic waste reduction campaign, you have seen that yes, various initiatives on the part of the government have been taken. Various campaign from the part of the government have been formulated, and many of the societies, many of the communities, local, international, all have been emerged so that this policy can be made successful. But neither policy will be successful without the public support, without you and my support. So it's not the end that it has had been the only the by the 2022. We all have to make, and we have to make a consistent effort for it so that our environment can be protected, students. It is very important so that we can protect our environment. We can take several efforts to protecting the environment. The campaign that have been formulated by the government, the effort that government do, the efforts that taken by the government should be properly implemented. It's necessary that the public, that the individual will take the consistent effort. He or she, the person will not forget all these things. Do again and again, be consistent in your practices. Always keep it on your mind on the sustainable development and the sustainable plastic ban practices so that you can have the particular part at a very great level. We can have the safe environment. Educate the persons near about if they are not doing consistent efforts and where they're doing something wrong. We all are equally responsible for this pollution, for this particular natural calamities. We all are equally responsible for this waste management, for polluting our environment, for polluting the rivers. We all have the responsibilities to educate others so that no one will take efforts like this. Students, take these efforts, do these efforts so that we can protect our environment to a great level. Thank you for today. We will take next lecture